very special day.
All right, and a very special day it is. It's a terrific and a beautiful Thursday, a foggy Thursday at
It
that.
is. We had a
Yeah,
fog advisory this morning.
we did. The fog monster is what my dad used to always say. The fog monster is out. As a little girl, I always
Did
thought,
you run and hide?
oh, I was always like, No, curiosity, I always wanted to see what would a fog monster look like. But anyway, so please be careful out there. Remember what the experts say, low beam, be safe, allow extra time to get to your destination. Just be safe out there. You can do it. You know how to do this. We've done this before.
We've done it. I think the advisory goes on till 8:30,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's.
We can get the sun to do its thing and burn
Sun
off
will
that
burn.
fog. Yeah. So,
Sure will.
all right. Good morning. Of course, Becky White here, Greg White with you, and want to say good
Here.
morning to everyone here.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Here. All right. I was going to say, there's sometimes when you're in meetings, you answer with other things, but I'm not going to. Okay. Anyway, let's thank our sponsors this morning.
Yes. Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rosa's, Foxbury Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting, First Harrison Bank, Louisville Bats, Neck Hospital, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust, and Temple and Temple.
Yeah, thank you to our great sponsors, wonderful sponsors. And, getting into the spring and starting into the summer, and we're unofficially into summer now. I love our summer sponsors. Fun. It's going to be fun summer.
Holiday World and
yeah, which we had a crew that went to Holiday World this past weekend and had a blast. Actually swam in the water. So it was a little chilly, but
it was.
You know what? Break the ice,
It was not very warm on Saturday.
No, but they did. They did the swimming. They did all of some of the rides, the water rides. And of course, then they done a lot of they watched a lot of the shows, and they've got some really good shows. Holiday World brings it. I mean, brings it. I'm telling you, they do, from free parking, free sunscreen, free soft drinks. I mean, it's the way to go. And they are such a clean facility. So clean.
Yep. And yeah, all the free stuff, and it's a good time.
All the things.
Good time.
All the things.
Beach Bend Park's also going to be. We'll be giving away those tickets, and we got the commercial for the. I need to get that. We need to get that in circulation, but
I will
that's
do
just
that.
down the road.
Yeah. On my to-do list. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay. So anyway, things that are going to happen today is we're on the downhill slide of the month. We're on the 29th day of May. Today is end of the Middle Ages Day. End of the Middle Ages.
There we go.
I was trying to think, how would it be? Would you ever want to go back like in the time machine to the Middle Ages?
Not well for some things, yes, but not for everything.
I think the thing that I am most curious, the reason I'd like to pop back, I'd like to see what kind of dress I wear. I want to see.
Sure.
I want to see my wardrobe. I would hope it would be a good wardrobe, right?
Yeah, the Renaissance would be kind of cool to see that, but there was a lot of the early part of the Middle Ages wouldn't have been very.
No,
fun
I think
time.
it'd be kind of scary. Yeah, like for a lot.
But to see, if you could go back and kind of see King Arthur and some of that, that would be kind of cool.
I think that
But
here
not get ran through with a sword or
and I don't want to go in like
be put into a jousting tournament.
No, I don't want to do that. I think that for some reason in my head, here's what I would think. I want to see my wardrobe, but I also think you'd be hungry all the time.
Oh,
I just think food was such a hard.
That was also the bubonic plague, so that we want to stay away from that.
We want to stay away from that, but I think that like they probably to us though, because we have food everywhere. I'm going to guess that maybe their bodies just got accustomed to it, but I would think that you'd be hungry all the time, but you'd have maybe but I do like the wardrobe. I like the dresses. So end of the Middle Ages Day, International, am I saying it right? Is it Coq de Vin Day? And that is, what was it? Chicken in every pot?
Chicken.
And
Henry the Fourth said, that he wanted to have all of his subjects would have a chicken in every pot.
There we go.
It's a dish made of chicken braised in garlicky, mushroomy, bacon lard sauce with plenty of wine added. It's got vegetables in it. It looks kind of good.
For that reason, I'm out. When I hear the word lard, I don't know.
Well, we have some family members that cook with that. So
I know, and I do want to say,
have
I just don't want to know about it. It's better if I just
some of
love
those
the
cinnamon
taste. And
rolls
just,
might be made
I'm
with.
telling you right now, I don't even want to know about that. Please.
But
don't tell me
this dates all the way back to 6,000 years before Jesus.
that. Oh wow, wow. Okay, International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers.
Good thing.
I like that. Learn about Composting Day.
Okay.
That's really took off, and it seems like there's a lot of people doing composting, and it seemed like it's been popular years ago, more so. National 529 Day, 529 College Savings Day.
Yep.
Okay. National Biscuit Day. Ooh. So how? I think I know, but okay. So how would you celebrate National Biscuit Day?
If I could, I would.
Yeah.
With a little gravy on it.
It shows biscuits and gravy. Yeah, that's exactly right. But I'm thinking like also like just
or
like,
a little jelly.
No, I was gonna say, what about butter and jelly? Have mercy. Yeah, that just goes.
Or apple butter.
Oh, don't even tempt me with a good time.
I know where to go.
It was embarrassing one time. I mean, I really, literally. Yeah. Well, it took.
It's going to be a while before the other biscuits come out because we're making some. We're
making them. No, they just kept bringing them because our food took longer. I don't know. Somebody ordered something kind of crazy or something. I don't know, and it took longer, and they just kept bringing biscuits out and apple butter, and there wasn't anybody to say no, stop.
Now, in other countries, biscuits sometimes are could be like a cracker or a cookie.
That's sad.
They call them biscuits. But the first
very sad.
Says the first British biscuits were actually breath fresheners.
Oh.
Were made to freshen people's breath.
But that's crazy because you usually eat your biscuits before, like that wouldn't be like an after, right?
Biscuits and tea was made popular in the era of World War II over in England. So this may be something that's just celebrated in England.
Well,
I think it is. British biscuit business established market dominance with new products and visually appealing packaging. In 1831, the British company Huntley and Palmer's invented the decorative biscuit tin, which resulted in biscuits being exported around the world. So,
which there we go is the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Maybe it is a British holiday.
Well, it's right here in. We're celebrating it too. Okay. So.
They're flour-based products baked in different shapes, typically made and sweetened with flavors such as sugar, chocolate, icing, jam, ginger, or cinnamon. Biscuits, like crackers, can also be savory. A biscuit can also refer to a hard floured-based product made specifically for animals, such as dog biscuits. A biscuit is a small baked product commonly referred to as a cookie or cracker in the United States. So their biscuits are more like cookies.
Well, I feel like when you're talking about a hard biscuit, that was my 4-H project.
Oh.
When the judge takes your biscuit and hammers it on the table. I think he used too much flour there. Okay. All right. But anyway, but Pillsbury, I mean, we were talking about that. I mean, that really, like the biscuits have really, like, I guess, changed the world because so many people use the biscuits and the already made. I'm not saying that you can't make them homemade, and I do love a homemade biscuit, but
Jerry Clower always talked about that. He said all around the South you'd hear women hitting the can of biscuits on the edge of the counter.
And it's funny because like when you first start, like let's say when you first start cooking and you open, it's really kind of difficult to open that, and then after you've cooked for so many years, you can just pop that right there. It's funny. It's like kind of a quick, I don't know. I guess it's a skill. National Paperclip Day. We were just talking about that the other day. You don't see very many paper clips anymore.
Oh, I love paper clips.
Yeah, I love everything about the paper clips.
And I tend to use the big.
Here at Wslm, we do. Remember, in the bank, they always wanted our paper clips. Yeah.
No, you may not.
I gave them to them. Okay, put a pillow on your fridge day.
What's
I don't know. I don't know why we're putting a pillow on the refrigerator.
Meant
try
to
to
bring prosperity and good fortune. The name of this day is quite literally for on this day, people are to put a pillow on their fridge for the magic to work. In the old tradition, people would put their pillows inside of their fridge for this ritual to work, but not everyone finds sleeping on a chilly pillow all that comfortable. Well,
It might be good for your skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
This goes back a long time ago. The
So
Egyptians
what's it
believed
supposed
that
to
the head
do?
was the seat of spiritual life and used different materials like marble, ivory, stone, ceramic, and wood as pillows. Not very comfortable.
Is it supposed to bring good luck?
Supposed to bring good luck.
Love that. Love that. Well, you know,
They didn't have refrigerators back in Egyptian times.
what could you lose? You know, just try it. You know, why not, right? This is also World Digestive Health Day. Your digestive health.
Well, that's important.
Very important. Very, very important. National Barbecue Week.
Ooh.
Yum. American Cheese Month. What's your favorite kind of cheese? I know, but
Well, I like the hot pepper cheese, but
Uh-huh.
also like Colby cheeses.
Mhm.
It's good stuff.
American Wetlands Month.
Mhm.
Be Kind to Animals Month. That should be every month.
Yep.
Better Hearing and Speech Month.
I need that.
Huh?
I need that.
Huh?
Huh?
Stay with me, I said, boy. Stay with me over there. Better Sleep Month. Oh, you know what? Everybody, I think it's I don't know. Everything's blooming. We have allergies. We've had cold weather. We've had warmer weather. We've had all different kinds of weather. I feel like everybody's just like not getting the sleep. Maybe, I don't know. And
But
a lot going on.
If you ever open a window and that cool comes in and you cover up in the blanket and you sleep,
Yeah.
really good.
Best day ever. Breathe Easy Month. I love that. Yes. And, you know, that was the thing about the 500. You know, we talked about that. And also our Memorial Day program we had here for those that had breathing problems, you know, problems with breathing. It really works well for them. A little cooler. Deck Safety Month. Food Allergy Awareness Month. Garden for Wildlife Month. Get Caught Reading Month. Love that. Although we're coming to the end of the month. So
you got one more day.
One more day to get all this in. International Drum Month. I still can't get over the Purdue drum that we saw the other day. That was just a huge drum. That was like the cool drum. Really cool. You know what I mean? Huge to carry, but really cool to watch. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Those are some holidays. Get out and enjoy.
And if you're a Harry Potter fan,
mm-hmm.
you might take note that J.K. Rowling wrote, she didn't write another book, but she wrote a script for a play, and that play takes place after the last movie, and it is playing now in New York.
Oh.
It was over in England, and so it's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which I believe is about their little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is playing at the Lyric Theater in New York. So well, I don't know how long it's going to be there, but
there we go. All right. So if you're looking for something to do,
fun. I think
hit on a plane and
I think now Spirit goes there, and
there and back.
Spirit is pretty reasonable price, so as long as you don't want to take some bags, if you just take a backpack,
got to cram it all in, right?
In it.
Yeah. All right. So also, Marvel's first big screen superhero has passed away. Highlights 3'4" actor Ed Gale passed away at the age of 61. He starred in the first actual Marvel movie, Howard the Duck. He also played Chucky in the first Child's Play and appeared in more than 130 movies and TV shows. He was obviously Ed Gale, the man. He was the man in the bird suit in Marvel's first film in 1986 masterpiece Howard the Duck. He was 61 years old. He died he did more than 130 movies, saying all that, which included Spaceballs, Mom and Dad Save the World, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Baywatch, My Name is Earl, Family Matters, and perhaps most importantly, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. Okay.
Well, that's one to have on your list.
Yeah, I've never seen that. But Howard the Duck was his very first credit. He was the one in the suit the whole time. He wore it the whole time, although he didn't do the voice. He got the credit for it because he was in
He
the
was
suit
in
the
the
whole time.
suit. Now they would. He would just be.
Yeah, the man in the suit.
Digitally.
Which, I just want to say you have to give a lot of credit, for wearing the suit. That's a lot. You have to commit. It sounds like Ed was awesome. He was family. He was a good family man, juggling by the amazing statement by his niece, so that she put out. It starts like, it's with a heavy heart and surprisingly light coffin. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That we announced the sudden passing of our uncle Ed Gale. Ed was taking his final bow and now heading to the afterlife. But did you hear surprisingly a heavy heart and light coffin? That's a sense of humor. And here's how it ends. Ed loved 7-Eleven hot dogs with disgusting amounts of ketchup. He enjoyed reminiscing about his glory days DJing. I love that. And being at the Plainwell roller rink. He So that's pretty cool. So he was actually a DJ at the skating rink, and he loved hot dogs with heavy ketchup. I love that.
What a job!
I know, what a cool man.
Biker chick moot TV shows or whatever, and a DJ at the roller rink.
I know. Boy, I tell you, that's living the life. And here's how it ended. Ed, hang on. He delighted in the slow building and telling of a good story, which I do love a good story too. And he had a really funny laugh, which they describe it a little different. I'm not going to use those words. And he rest in love, you. And then they send him off with a little bit of
some more flavor.
Yeah, some more flavor. That
this is a flavor-free show.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
As much as we can.
But it's cool to talk about him though on that. Yeah, and I guess I didn't actually know much about him, but I've not seen a lot of the movies, so we've not seen Chucky. No. I know of Chucky, but I've not seen Chucky. Yeah, so I just couldn't get on board. But maybe we're missing the boat, though. Maybe we are missing out on something, right?
Yeah, just not our cup of tea.
Is there a sound that makes you instantly angry?
I don't know. Let's see. Well, let's look through this list and see.
Well, I'll read the list and see what you think, okay? Well, you probably have an opinion on the sound of nails on a chalkboard, but since nails on a chalkboard aren't exactly common in 2025 outside of the trendy coffee shops, what else is the same vibe? Well, they asked the internet, what sounds do you instantly makes you kind of go locally crazy? The most popular include number 1. Do you want to go 10 from? Do you want me to go 14 to 1, or do you want to go? Okay.
Yeah, let's start at the bottom.
Okay.
As David Letterman would do.
There we go. Number 14. The sound of flip-flops flopping past their office door.
That wouldn't bother me.
That does not bother me at all. Actually, I think it's kind of a cool sound, and you hear it a lot. I mean, like because everybody wears flip-flops, so I don't think that's anything bad. Okay, which I hope I haven't read.
At the thought of wearing flip-flops, but I don't cringe at the sound.
Now, I've not read this, but I tell you the sound that I love to hear is heels. I love to hear heels clicking. Click. I love that sound. Yeah, clicking those heels. Okay, number 13. The sound of someone rummaging through their purse that's full of way too much stuff and receipts. You better not say that you have it. Better not bother you. I don't have any problem with that.
Oh,
it's always whatever you're looking for. It's always on the bottom. Always on the bottom of something, right?
Sweet music to my
That's right. Hearing bruh.
Hey, bruh.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I kind of laugh.
Indicates a few things, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. 11, children screaming and crying and whining and so on.
That might be a contender.
That probably bugs you. It doesn't bother me though. I'm just like, what can I do to help? I think that's it. It doesn't. These things do not make me angry.
No, it doesn't make me angry. Yeah.
Okay, number 10, Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Remember they did that with hang on. This is the funniest thing. This is so funny. During COVID, when COVID all of a sudden disappeared, they called it Cotton Eye Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Remember that was somebody was on point when they said that. Okay, number 9, a cat about to barf or dog licking itself. These do not make me.
We're part of that.
Facts of life. Facts of life. Number 8.
We just have to know not to go for any sugars after either event.
Yeah. If they go to give you a lick,
Not
no,
now.
not now.
Not
I'm
till you
good.
eat
I'm
your-
good. I'm
not
good.
till you eat your biscuit
I'm
and
good.
clean your breath.
Yeah. That "Oh no, no, no" song on TikTok. It's been extremely repetitive for years. Yes, the trend is long dead. Stop using it. It doesn't make me mad,
I
but
don't know.
well, it's like, oh no, 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 and yeah, it's very they use it a lot on TikTok, but I don't. It doesn't make me mad. Snoring, even the quietest of snoring, just instantly sets some people on the edge. Well, no, because you. No, it doesn't bother you. No, it doesn't make you mad. I one quick smack and I've got you. That solves the problem.
But there's nothing better than hearing a bulldog snore. You know.
Oh yeah, that was cute. Yeah, that's good.
And it happened. You go from 0 to
Oh,
0 to
that's
60
crazy.
in like 2 seconds.
Like the planking, whenever they all of a sudden, when you do planking, that's kind of the bulldog just planks and then out like that. Okay, number 6, when a fork scrapes a plate. I guess I don't. This isn't. I mean, yeah. Number 5, smacking when eating.
We got daughters that don't like that.
Yeah, they don't like that sound.
Or the sound of soup.
Yeah, that yeah. I'm surprised. Hopefully that'll be on here. Number 4, Microsoft Teams alert. The sound of incoming Teams calls put them in fight mode. I don't know about that. Number 3, the chirp of a dying battery in a smoke detector. Doesn't make me mad, but it makes me, let's take care of this. Let's do this. Well, first of all, for safety, you got to get that taken care of. Yeah. That sound.
Some people think they've got a bird in the house.
I think I've been that person before. Number 2, microwaves that keep beeping after you have opened the door. Not been around.
One of the girls have a refrigerator. If you leave the door open, it starts to beep.
We have 2 or 3 daughters that have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, a safety thing. But.
It's kind of funny though. Yeah. Number 1, styrofoam being rubbing on styrofoam that makes their teeth and brain hurt.
See, that has been a problem.
The things that I'm surprised at, like somebody slurping up their soup or something, is not on here. No. So
what would be this sound that would annoy you the most?
I don't know. I really don't think I have too many sounds. What would be yours? Maybe I'm not thinking. Maybe I'm missing the boat. I don't know. I'm thinking.
As far as sounds, I don't think
I'm too.
When I hear, I guess TikTok's set up for like 10 or 15-second things.
Mm-hmm.
Or
that bugs you.
And I hear
that bugs you when I'm doing that. Yeah, you don't like that.
But that's not.
Well, that would be that. Oh no. Yeah, that would, after a while, that would get you.
I don't know that one, but some of them. But it's not that big a deal.
I don't think I have anything. I'm gonna have to be more observant. I'm gonna have to see. I don't think I have anything that I really get really bothered by. But maybe, yeah. No, there's no twisting up going on.
What turns the boat over?
The boat tries to stay tries to stay afloat. Okay, no turning over, right? Not at all. So the new trend that people are doing, and I hope they don't do this. I saw somewhere where this is not good. Okay, so don't try this at home, and I hate that, and I hate that people are getting this started, but apparently in like some stores, they're taking the tags off of stuff when they get home. They buy the product, they take it home, and then they find something less of value at home and put the tag back on it and then return it.
What?
Okay. Follow me. Okay. So, which shame on them. That's not nice. You know what I mean? And that's going to drive prices up if people, but the merchants are coming back and having more of a description. So if they're catching this, they're onto this.
Oh, so if I bought $100 pair of shoes,
and
took it home and took the tag, sticker off the
Yeah.
shoes
And then
and
you
put
bought
them
a
on a
$10
pair of
pair of
old
shoes.
beater shoes.
Well,
that-
I think they would notice if they were old, but
sir, these clearly have been worn.
sir, they stink.
They were like that out of the box.
No, there's a stench, a smell coming from these shoes. No, you'd be
Shoes have
completely,
have a fun.
which I would be in the back roaring laughing. But that would be
That's not. Yeah, that's not.
no, that's not good. And that kind of stuff. But see, again, who's thinking of this stuff? You know what I mean? And that's going to drive prices up.
And
So
these are the people that if they could put their energy
Oh.
to positive things, we could cure all kinds of things.
yeah, you're right. So I think that that's something that. So, but the retail is coming back with if it doesn't match the description, which
yeah,
I'm
it
yay.
should.
So they're
Yeah.
they're on top of this. I mean, even though like it's coming to the news now, but I'm sure that they've known about it for a long time and they're like already fighting back against it. So good for them. Yeah, because you don't want to have to drive prices up higher,
And
that stuff like
they're
that will
gonna
drive
keep
prices up
going
higher.
because
Yeah.
they can.
Well, hopefully they'll get shut down. So I love that the retailers are coming back strong. So
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
so shame on them.
We've got other things that's making the prices go up. We don't need something else.
Yeah, definitely. So I think everybody's feeling that. All right. So here's some other I want to say happy anniversary to
Yes.
Glenn Luckett and Christy Luckett
oh,
today.
there you go.
Yeah.
Happy
So
anniversary.
Christy listens to Coffee Club. So I hope they have a wonderful anniversary. And maybe, maybe she's not listening today. Maybe she's on, I don't know, but maybe she's on an island somewhere. Maybe they're celebrating their anniversary on an island. So
Or at the Speedway.
eating biscuits. Yeah.
They
They're
might-
at the Speedway eating biscuits. Yeah, I'm sure that's more of like it, right? Hopefully they're getting some good time. Hopefully they'll get some of their time. So I know it's a busy time for Glenn, and we're going to have coming up. We've got some races, big races coming up, and we'll get to talk to some cool drivers coming up too. So
next weekend
mhm.
is it's a like a family summer fun weekend, and they're going to have all kinds of stuff. McDonald's going to have bounce houses and give away a bunch of stuff for the kids and lots of things. They're going to give away a ride in a car. They're going to have an intermission between some of the races, and some of the kiddos will get to ride in
Love
a couple
that.
of the cars. So that'll be
Love
fun.
Love that. Well, and I think that's so important to involve the kids, and they make it child friendly, which I love that. I
And
love
I
events.
think 12 and under is free, so even better.
Makes it affordable for families, which, talking about inflation and you're looking for little summer things to do. And I think more like staycations or people just like doing little weekend trips or whatever you can do, because you can't always take off work. So that's such a blessing that we've got that entertainment here, and it's so family friendly. Love that.
What is your favorite Disney song?
Oh, it just came first thing. If we were on a game show, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go. No, it's not really my favorite, but why?
Well, somebody's done another one of these senseless
Ooh, what's
surveys.
yours? Oh, I would say A Whole New World.
Yeah. Yeah. I always kind of like stuff from what's the one from the Jungle Book, Bare Necessities.
Oh my gosh, look for the bare necessity. Yeah, that's got to be one of my favorite too.
They did one of their surveys, and 29 states. Sorry, these are the most. It says the most popular.
Ooh, the Fox
these
and the Hound. When you're the best of friends.
Yeah. I'm a hound dog.
Oh, don't even.
We found something to kind of commemorate that.
Mhm.
Anyway, this is not maybe people's favorite songs, but they're the ones that were searched on Google.
Ooh, I love this. Okay.
So in Indiana and in 28 other states, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious was.
You're gonna get that stuck in my head.
And we were just
watched that the other day.
Dick
Yeah,
Van Dyke
absolutely.
And, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Love that.
Dick Van Dyke just
Like
on the TV show, and then
Onward
some
How
of the
He
Disney
Goes.
movies was
Yes,
just
it's so talented.
very talented. And then the other states were.
Oh, so that was Indiana. Oh, that's funny.
That was Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri. There were
All of our sister
29
stations, our sister. I started to say stations, sister.
And they've got these
states
listed as red on here. And
Okay.
they've got a few blue states. Was Let It Go from Frozen. Alaska, Tennessee, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maine, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Alaska, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Washington.
I can see that. Let It Go. Yeah, I can see.
They also broke it down by generation. The millennials #1 was What Dreams Are Made Of from the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Now that actually is actually whenever you watch the fireworks, this is what dreams are made of. The fireworks there at Disney World.
A Whole New World from Aladdin was.
Did I not?
Baby
right?
Boomers' favorite song.
Well, our daughters knew every word of that, and we heard it every day. A whole new world.
Walking in the door from work and a whole new. In the dress.
Yes.
In the
we always dressed up. You better believe it.
We had that treasure box from
you better
the
believe
Disney
it.
store that had like 15 different little dresses.
I loved every
They
bit of
weren't
that.
the real expensive ones, but they were like
we had a few that were
no.
maybe you didn't know.
Yeah.
It was a little yeah.
Sounds
okay, if that's the way you remember it. Okay.
Sounds that I can't cha-ching.
Those are the sounds that you do not like.
The notification ding that comes in when an order has been placed. That's the one. Let's see. Gen Z, which would be I think we're Gen Zers. I believe we would be. I just can't wait to be king from the Lion King.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Oh, I just can't wait. Oh, see, I love all of these. Yeah. Wait to be king. No one say do this. No one say be there.
But those are some of the ones that were searched the most on.
Is there any more?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
I'm surprised, like some of the older, like you know, what I mean, like, and Tell as Old as Time. I figured.
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
I some of the new stuff. I'm not completely traditionalist, but some of the old stuff is, I think, better. Like they tried to. They were wanting to do, and we did see Lilo and Stitch. And it was very good.
Stitch is so cute. 10 out of 10. 10
Stitch
out of 10.
lives at our house. And
yeah.
So
Stitch is really cute. They did really good on Stitch. Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I think it was better than the Snow White they did before.
And I think the next one they're wanting to do is.
I think you got to be careful.
I think they're wanting to do next. Actually, it was. I think it's Frozen.
Oh,
maybe.
And well, I hope that they actually do a good job on it.
And it's not a Disney movie, but the next kind of live action one to come out is How to Train Your Dragon, and I think it's going to be.
That looks really good. Really good.
Spot on.
Yeah, it looks really cute. I think that's going to be good too. Yeah. Well, and then Stitch actually like broke records, like as far as like box office.
That and it made more than Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Which, as you said, it wasn't your favorite.
It wasn't my favorite. I always enjoy it, but
it was a good conclusion to the two-part story.
Yeah,
but it wasn't maybe the best one of the whole.
I always think of it this way: if I'm sitting there and I'm wanting more, then then that's good. You know what I mean? Like time goes by so fast, and you're wanting more, and it did leave me wanting that, but it wasn't my favorite. But it was good. It was good. I'm not gonna. Yeah. And would I go see it again? Yeah, I would go see it again, but it's not my favorite. But
I think I liked the first part one better.
Yeah. I did Lilo and Stitch. I think
it was a different. I don't know. I think it flowed better, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe so. Yeah. All right. The end of an era. Moving walkways in airports may be on their way out. Okay. Those
we
moving.
Don't use those anyway.
No, we do not. I'd actually get a little competitive and try to. I pick somebody. This is my own silliness. I pick somebody on that walk. Okay, like if we go on at the same time, and I try to beat them, and they have no idea because they're a complete stranger, and they have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah,
It's a contest between you
and me.
and they don't know
Me
it.
and me. Yeah,
It's
they
just
have
you
no
for you.
idea. And it's something that I like, a little funny thing that I do that I don't talk about normally, but I just did.
We don't use
But
the escalator or the
no, I try to get
moving.
the steps in.
They have one at I don't think Disney has them, but Universal. As you go into Universal, they have that moving
Yeah.
sidewalk. I don't think Disney has those.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
They don't.
No.
I think it's just at Universal.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
airports.
you know, those moving walkways at airports, they seem unnecessary until you try one. And then they're either a great way to walk twice as fast or park yourself and move without walking at all. Now, what's funny though? Okay, here's what's funny about them. Some people get on them and just stand. Okay. No, it's really funny because they don't, and then other people will get on them and walk. Okay. So it's funny whenever they say, please stand to the side of the walkway on the walking walkway while others can pass. So you have those that are on there just taking it for the ride and standing. So maybe someday I'll be that person. Maybe someday I'll not be in such a hurry, but they stand there on the side and then sometimes they'll stand in the middle though, and then someone will say excuse me and go around. I mean, this is a lot of funny things to watch if you are in an airport.
Airports
are very funny
to watch how
but
people do.
I personally like to not take them and pick a person that's just got on it and try to walk faster than they are. But sometimes there's people in your way with big luggage that you can't get around. But that's even makes it more challenging. According to a new report, moving walkways may be on the way out because the kiosks they pass by losing business. Okay, see, they pass like a lot of your things that are trying to make money. Stores, little stores. Yeah. Airports make money in two main ways: the fees related to airplanes, right? We know that, and there are other revenue opportunities like retail and concessions. I'm amazed at how many people that are at that eat at the airport and get like drinks at the airport and like get snacks at the airport and like do a lot of shopping at the airport. I mean, that I'm not
unheard of.
No. I'm just like, it really, there's a lot. I can see.
I know.
Have you seen that happen before? What? Yeah. Say what?
We've seen it.
Okay. All right. The goal of an airport operator is not to get you to your gate as quickly as possible. It's to take your journey as much as to make it slower as much as possible. Moving walkways are bad for business because they don't have many exit points, and it reduces the foot traffic on businesses. Not only that, but the walkways are also a divider separating the people walking on one side from getting to the shops on the other side. Then there's also the cost of maintenance, which I would think would be quite a bit to keep those things going, right? I guess you'd have to WD-40 them. I mean, what would you do?
Well,
I mean, you know very well, there's got to be some WD-40 somewhere, right?
We've seen, where was it? Was it? I don't remember what airport, but the whole system was down and they were working on it.
Yeah.
And it was, when we left, they were still working on it. And when we came back, they were still working on it. So I'd say probably not
it would be very, hard. Well, you'd have to wait for the parts to come in. I'm sure they don't have them on hand there.
Unless they're on Amazon and get them over.
Prime, can you prime it? And the design also makes them insufficient to use when they're not being very wide while trying to accommodate walkers and standers. See the standers, those that get on there and just stand, that have baggage, as well as people who mobility issues, who had no extra space and time, use them. So, okay, like you have this, okay, those standers, okay, you can't knock the standers. No, I mean, really, this is really funny because I just have never heard anybody else talk about this, which I'm kind of excited that someone else is talking about this. You have the standers, and I think that, and I'm not knocking that because some people, it's harder for them to walk, maybe, and that's a little bit of a time where they can stand for a little bit and get
Yeah.
from point A to point B, right? So you have the standards, but sometimes they don't step over to the side to let the passerbyers go through. And supposedly there's factors that have led to new terminals not installing moving walkways and some existing facilities ripping theirs out. So I wonder if it would cost, it would have to cost a lot of money though to rip that out.
Oh,
right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. And I think that it's hard too, once you've gave somebody something, to take it away. And I think that people actually kind of count on those.
Give a dog a bone and then try to
take it away. It ain't good.
No.
So I think that people are kind of used to those, and I don't know what it would be like if they took those away. So very interesting. Very interesting.
I think the cost would be prohibitive because I'm going to guess the floor around that's probably concrete,
Mm-hmm.
and so all that machinery would have to be removed. You'd have to remove or cap off the electric that went to it, and then pour that full of concrete
Okay.
and refinish it.
So would it eventually though pay for itself? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
you guys proved that with turf on the field.
Yeah,
you had to
it's paying
mow
for itself.
and so yeah,
The maintenance.
less maintenance.
Yeah,
usually takes precedence of.
That's what I'm saying.
maintenance,
You
so-
wouldn't have to have, well, the maintenance
Yeah,
man
yeah.
there for the, I'm sure that he does other maintenance stuff too.
Sure, but he would probably
He would have
like
less to
to.
do on that. Yeah, he wouldn't have to keep that up. He wouldn't have to WD-40 it.
think of all that we save in WD-40.
D40.
Been buying that by the case for years.
I know.
The walking,
The stock prices have gone down in
the
WD-40
walking
after the.
trailway has been squeaking. Oh,
That's right.
Give me just a minute.
Hey, I'm telling you, that stuff, that's the magic
It'll
stuff.
fix it,
Okay,
yes.
don't even knock that. There'll be nobody hating on that. Well, we'll see if it comes to an end of an era or if we hold on to it. You know what I mean? There might be some airport that stays classic and just like, we're not changing it, and you hold on to it then. Okay, you do you, whatever. It is funny though how many different airports have so many different ways, and you have to remember what airport you're at, and like if you have to, I mean, it's crazy the way that some airports are set up. And some are set up better than others. Some are more accommodating. Some are a little bit more, a little more confusing, right?
Yeah. Well, they're all packed, and if people are trying to get from one place to another, some are so big they've got shuttles, like monorails that take you to different buildings. We saw Dallas was probably one of the bigger ones we've ever been in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was. I forget what they said. That it was how many acres that they had. It was huge, and they had. I think there was 5 buildings. Yeah. And they were adding a 6th one maybe. But they do have Whataburger in a couple of their.
Yes, they do. They do. That's a hot place to go.
If every airport had a Whataburger.
Wouldn't that be that'd be a dream come true.
We'd just fly all over the place.
I would. What are you here for? I'm here for the burger.
Oh, we just flew in to get a sandwich.
To get a burger. I do say, hey, I'm not even.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna play with that one. But I think also that the airports, I could really kind of. I mean, I think that with Florida, making sure you get on what's the little ride you have to ride? Isn't it Florida? You have to get on the ride, or maybe I'm thinking the shuttle. Yeah, you have to get on the shuttle. The shuttle.
You go through security, and then you have to go through
the shuttle
to get to your actual
place. Yeah, and then and then DC is a lot. That one was really a lot. Yeah, to keep up with. Well,
Newark's probably having a little bit more trouble.
Yeah. All right.
You flew into Washington.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know that.
A month after the crash.
Yeah, that was a lot. Yeah, for sure.
You actually flew over a TJ Maxx, which I thought was interesting. I think
he was pulling. The airplane started pulling a little. Our pilot feels. He said, "We feel a pull."
Turbulence.
I think there was other stories too. I don't think it's that. Okay. Young adults are eating bananas upside down.
What?
Like monkeys do. Okay. Has your kid come home from school, said bottoms up, and peeled a banana upside down? A random poll asked the internet, what end would you open a banana from? 72% said the end with the stem, which might be considered the normal way. 20% said the other end, and 8% said they're not sure. Those percentages hold true for some splits of the population. Banana splits. Except age. Younger adults are more likely to peel banana from the bottom. About 1 in 4 do, compared with 1 in 6 older adults. Okay, interesting, very interesting. The bottoms up approach is how most monkeys eat bananas. And maybe they're doing something right. When a banana is ripe, the top, we think of it as the bottom, is actually much easier to pull apart. Try it, pinch the top where the seam is, and peel away as usual. Okay, now here we go. Speaking of banana debates, so how do you peel a banana? I know how you peel a banana.
From the top.
Top, bottom. Top, I know.
There's more to grab at the top.
Yeah.
To peel it back. Not at the bottom. The bottom doesn't have. Well,
Okay, well, speaking of bananas debate, are you cool with breaking apart bunches of bananas at the grocery store? Or is it poor form? Is it a
For
poor
the past year I have.
is it poor form to split one or two apart? I don't think it's bad.
No,
Like-
if there's a bunch of 8 and you like
Need
how
10,
that bunch
and you
looks,
need 10,
and
you
want
need
3 or
10
4,
bananas,
then
yeah.
peel off 3 or
I
4.
definitely got to take 2 from somewhere because I need 10 bananas. I gotta have 10.
12
50
bananas.
12 bananas.
Yeah, 12.
57% say breaking up bunches is acceptable. Ooh, 31% said it's unacceptable. I never knew that. What if people have been judging me for years? What if people
For
like
the
when
last year they have.
12% have no
Did you
clue.
know, ma'am, you can buy those. You don't have to take those apart to buy it.
Yeah. Younger adults are more cool with it than older folks. Okay. And what color do you prefer of bananas?
Bright yellow.
Okay. Well, here we go. 54% like them a solid yellow.
Yep.
21% said they like them a little before that with some green. While another 15% like them a little riper with some brown spots. 4% of people claim that they eat them mostly green. 0% like them mostly brown. A while back, there was a poll about eating fruit peels, and just 1% say they eat banana skins. Okay. It's funny. Even though, yeah, we got yes, we do. Christy Luckett, who is celebrating her anniversary.
There you go.
And I'm sure her and Glenn Luckett are celebrating by splitting a banana today. Some green all the way. Some green all the way. Okay.
I don't want to wait.
Some
I don't
green.
want to wait for it to ripen if I want it ready to go.
You ready? I don't want to, but I don't. I have to agree. I think I'd go with Christy on that. I don't want those brown spots on them. If you're gonna have the brown spots, then make banana bread.
We had some not too long ago.
Oh, they were like, I don't know what they became. Like, yeah.
When the gnats are on them, it's probably time to go. Right?
Yeah. Where are these gnats coming from? But that's just crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Those bananas. That shelf life was unreal. That's kind of scary too, because what did they put on them to make them last that long? Those bananas had been sitting there. Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We're about to restock.
Oh yeah.
Someday, folks, we might reveal that, but not now.
I think it's funny how bananas, like, it's funny how, like, I never dreamed that, okay, like, so you see a package of bananas, and let's say that which it's funny how long it takes me to pick out bananas. I am kind of picky on that, but I didn't think anything about grabbing a couple of extra from another bunch, but I didn't know that people possibly could be judging me on that. I didn't know that people I didn't even know that was the thing. I didn't know people
judge for anything and everything,
but like,
and you don't know it.
If I saw someone grabbing bananas,
surveys come out.
If I saw someone grabbing bananas and they had a bunch and then they grabbed a couple from the other bunch, that wouldn't even cross my mind that they were doing something maybe not heard of. I don't know. I just think that's right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's, and I really like people that, I'm a huge believer in when you get produce and vegetables or fruit, however, always examine it. I'm a huge believer in take your time and pick out the best one. I believe in that. I'm not a grab and go. I'm gonna.
I would probably rather pick out apples and instead of just getting a bag, but sometimes it's easier just to get a bag of apples.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I get that, but then I have to get the best bag.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't I?
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna be here for a little while because.
And the watermelons. We like to pick out.
But do I not pick out good ones? Right?
Yeah,
Usually I'm pretty good on that. Yeah. And then when you're looking for strawberries,
Oh,
okay.
you got.
I get the best of the best strawberries.
I don't
But
know how
when
that happened.
because I took time. I'm that person that's going to take the time to pick them out. So when you
opened 10 packages.
I don't even
assembled
tempt me with a good time. I don't have a problem with that. And when even the person that's working there comes out and says, do you have, we have more in the back, do you want to see those? Absolutely. Bring them on out because we're going. Well,
I got all day. Well, how long are you here?
When does your
I'll
shift
get
end?
off in 10 minutes. Well, you better
buckle in. We're
tell
gonna
Jimmy that.
we're gonna be here for a while, and I'm not even mad about that. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? And I think that I early started doing that. No, I do. Whenever you, and I'm not saying only moms, but I think that okay, let's go to hunting and when you're ready to shoot the biggest
turkey.
buck, the biggest turkey, whatever, you look for that, right? Well, why would it not be any different when I'm searching for good fruits or vegetables for my family, right?
We do the same thing when we look for turkey at the store.
Absolutely. Right. so but on strawberries, and here's a little fun fact. Okay, so you have them in a package. If you have them in a package, always flip that package over, look on the bottom, and make sure that they all look good on the bottom. Yeah. And to do that, it takes us a little time consuming, but I promise it'll pay off in the end. Right. Now, there was a gentleman there when I was getting those good strawberries. There was a gentleman there that was doing similar, and he actually takes them and smells them. And he said if they smell like strawberries, they're good strawberries. Now, I've not done that. That was not on my, I didn't know to do that. Okay. But if that, he said that's what works for him. But I usually do by look and taking time to look at the best package. So yes, I do. But I'm not.
You start to see a little fuzz on them.
No.
That's a deal breaker.
No.
And then
and then like your potatoes too. If you're picking up a bag of potatoes, always look at your potatoes.
Now, would you buy potatoes that have the sprouts on them? I
don't want to, but if I had to, I have had to and had to cut them out. But no, I don't want to. No, I mean, if I had choices
before that had a rotten potato in it.
Yeah,
a bad one.
Well, that kind of goes like, remember they always say like they kind of use
one
that
bad
like,
apple,
one bad apple spoils a bunch. Right? Yeah. It's true, and you want to look at your apples too if you're buying a bag of apples. Produce is important. If you're getting melons, thump those melons. Do a thump. And watermelon.
One bad apple.
One bad. I think so.
A bad egg.
Daddy, I want a squirrel. I want a Daddy. Yeah. No, I'm being honest. No, I think you need to check out that produce. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah.
When the Reds were here a few years ago.
The blueberries.
Not Bob,
Castellini.
but Phil Castellini. Their company supplies, or at that time supplied a lot of the produce to Walmart.
Yeah.
And he went and bought some
blueberries. Yeah, he held them up, and yeah, we've got a good little commercial there for them, talking about how good their blueberries are, which blueberries are really good for you. But strawberries are coming on right now, and they just had the strawberry festival, and now we're into strawberry.
We had varying reports on that, but.
through different lenses. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So strawberries. And then of course now we also have blackberries, who some might think are raspberries, but they're blackberries. Had blackberries, strawberries, the berries are coming up on. And now we are getting some raspberries at home, I do believe. Yeah.
Well, we've got
raspberry cobbler, raspberry.
Those are raspberries.
Yeah.
that dark purple.
Yeah.
And they're round. And,
Right.
and blue,
The blackberries are a little bit
like about as big as your
bigger.
thumb.
Yeah, blackberry. Yeah.
And they're a little bit more bitter.
Yeah. Bitter better.
Yeah. Of course,
Try to get all your berries in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of course, when my grandma baked, most things had several spoonfuls of sugar
Well,
on
that's
it.
because they're grandmas. Yeah.
But
That's the way to
you
go.
had to put more sugar on blackberries, and raspberries were pretty kind of took care of themselves a little bit.
And look at grapefruits. You know, I
Oh,
used to have
she
see
used to
people
sprinkle
with sugar on
Sugar on her
grapefruits.
grapefruit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's good stuff like that. I am going to try that next time I eat a banana. I'm going to peel it from the bottom just because I'm going to try it. I don't know why I haven't done
I think
that.
it'd be harder to do.
I don't know. We shall see. We Curiosity has got me now.
Some monkeys on some cartoons, just squeeze them and it comes right out.
Well, that's true too. Well, we just talked about the Jungle Book.
Jungle Book. Yeah.
Remember, he starts squeezing those bananas and they shoot up.
Baloo,
Yeah. Oh, love him. Love him. Okay, now I'm gonna want to watch that. All right, we got to get out of here. But
real quick,
we got Pacers.
Pacers are
Yes.
back in action tonight, 8:00 in New York, and they try to seal up the Eastern Conference Finals and move on to the overall.
I say let's get it done.
They lead the series 3-1. They could have probably taken care of that
The other night.
but anyway,
Which would have been big for
would have been
Indianapolis and big for
to
everybody.
end it here in Indianapolis. But they will play in the New York Knicks tonight for Game 5, and if they win this, then they're off to the finals. Tune in tonight at 7:30 for the pregame show and the tip-off at 8:00. The Reds won 2 of their 3 games at Kansas City,
Yes.
and last night I don't know what happened, but anyway, Kansas City won 3-2. So now the Reds they're having a travel day today, so they're going to Chicago, kind of to the northeast of Kansas City, and they just played the Chicago Cubs last weekend at Cincinnati and didn't do too well, and so they're going to Chicago. Hopefully, they'll eat some
Chicago dogs
and some deep dish pizza and get right.
Yeah,
and,
we saw the Chicago dog, the Mobile up at the track. They didn't win.
No, they were second.
Yeah, I was going to say they
Slaw
were
Dog
second.
won
Slaw Dog.
the Mini 500.
Which I love slaw on a dog, so I was so happy about it. I love slaw on a hot dog. I love,
Somebody put that one of them was disqualified for having too much mustard.
Yeah. Well, I think ketchup too. Remember, you're not supposed to.
No,
the experts say you're not supposed to put unless you're under 10.
Eric Mittenhall.
Yeah, I think if you're under 10, you
put
can, but if you're not under, if
ketchup
you're
on a
over
hot
10, you're not supposed to have ketchup on a hot dog. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Well,
I say
I like mustard, but anyway.
I like it all. I don't care.
The brown mustard from a eatery is good stuff.
Yeah.
Dusseldorf mustard.
All right, we got to get out of here. Let's thank our sponsors this morning.
Temple and Temple. If you need it built, torn down, or whatever, get a hold of them. Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Schneck Hospital. They're doing mammograms and colonoscopies up there, so get that kind of stuff taken care of. Louisville Bats, First Harrison Bank, Miss Callister Land Consulting, Marshall Monuments, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Fox Per Lee, Mama Rosa's, Americans for Prosperity, Salem Crossing, Walmart, and Mediview Healthcare.
All right, everyone, let's have the best Thursday ever, right?
Yep. Have a good day.